What's going on, George Mason? Welcome back inside the Pressbox. I am DeMonte Shaw.
I am Nathan LaPierre.
I'm Matt Newman.
And I'm Brendan Randolph.
And I'm buzzing with energy. You want to know why?
Why?
Tim Tebow's back in the league.
Oh, yeah, no one cares.
Oh, yeah. 1 year deal with the Eagles.
Except Skip Bayless.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly. Me and Skip. I knew he would make his comeback, and I was a believer. And
I thought you predicted on one of the episodes that he wasn't never going to get back in the
No,
league.
that wasn't me. I said he's going to come back, and I
It's
think he's
April.
going to.
It's April.
He could easily get
He
cut.
could get
Next
cut.
month is May.
He could easily
Oh, he just told you about the calendar.
No, yeah, it is April, but I believe his training.
So you think he's gonna make it?
He's had a long hiatus. They're already making moves to get rid of Matt Barkley, so clearly they
You know, it was
want
an
to
interesting
keep him.
stat line I saw with some minimum amount of starts. They have 3 of the 5 worst quarterbacks in the last 5 years.
Congratulations,
They have
Eagles.
Tebow, who has the lowest QBR, and then they also have Sanchez and Bradford, who are all in the bottom 5.
Tebow gets wins though.
He did 1 year, and then he got eviscerated by the Patriots.
This is what's going to happen. They're going to trade all of their quarterbacks for the first round pick. But they better not be the Washington, or else I'm going to be angry.
I think just
They
because
probably
he's
do.
a celebrity, they've like mythologized him. I mean, everyone. There are a lot of players that have like had one good year, and that like David Garrard had one amazing year where he threw 3 picks the entire year. Okay, what has he done since then? No, I don't know. He happened to. I think it was kind of like in baseball you have this concept of kind of luck. Like sometimes the balls you hit are gonna land, sometimes they won't. And I think just in a lot of clutch moments, things happen to go his team's way a lot of the time, and I don't know if that's sustainable.
Huh. Is it a coincidence? Or is it God on Tebow's side?
Yeah.
I think if you build a team around Tebow, he will succeed.
You can say that for any
Alright, How
quarterback.
good is that team? Because the team around the Philadelphia Eagles right now, it's debatable how good they are.
Yeah, like if you gave him like the Seahawks, he'd be
Or
a good,
the Broncos
they'd
team
do
he was
well.
on before they did
Well, and they
for
they
Peyton
had
Manning.
They had,
I would ditch anyone for Peyton Manning.
I mean,
so-
yeah, and you can't help that.
except Brady.
And then he
I
gets
would
tossed
disagree.
into the Lions
Nope.
den in
4
New
Super
York,
Bowls.
and that's where his career went downhill. No one can succeed in
Because I
New
mean,
York.
who's he gonna? I mean, he's got Jordan Matthews. Aside from that, who's he gonna throw it to? I mean, you could just pack the
Himself.
entire.
He's going to throw it to
line.
Deshaun. Oh, nope, not Deshaun Jackson. He's going to throw it to Jeremy. Nope, not Jeremy Maclin.
Nope.
So.
McCoy out the backfield.
And as Stephen A. likes to point out, they did keep Riley Cooper.
Oh,
that's,
yes.
Favorite player.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw a couple bombs to him. But not in bombs.
Oh! Hey!
I don't know. A lot of people are saying Chip Kelly wants to prove he can succeed with anyone, and maybe that's the case because he's kind of blowing
That's
up
so
the team.
dumb.
Really going out of his way to do that.
Yeah.
It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
You try to win all your star talent for no
Pretty
reason,
much.
really.
Yeah.
But they got Kiko Alonso, though.
They got some-
Kiko though.
they got
some
And they got
defenders.
Byron Maxwell.
Yeah. Although
I
I
don't
think they overpaid him.
Yeah.
He's not gonna. It's not the same coming from the Seahawks defense to the Eagles defense. I think a lot of defensive backs depends on the other talent you have around you. I think you could take Richard Sherman and put him on some teams, and he wouldn't be that great.
The Redskins, for instance.
Hey, we've improved our secondary a lot.
Yeah,
We'll have to see about that.
we will.
I will say what I have heard about this, the whole Eagles situation, is that between them, the Titans, and the Chargers, there seems to be potentially some sort of 3-team trade where the Chargers would get like Bradford and one of like the other starting quarterbacks for the Eagles.
Why?
Because apparently Phillip Rivers is very unhappy because they're about to move to Los Angeles. And he doesn't want to make that move because he has kids or something.
Dog, it's like 2 hours.
Well, then where's he gonna go? I mean,
He
either
doesn't-
way,
he
you're
doesn't-
not gonna
you still
stay
have
in San
to- you
Diego.
still have
There
to
won't be a
move.
team in San Diego.
No, but he doesn't like that area. It's because it's Los Angeles. I don't know.
Just live in Beverly Hills or something. He's rich enough.
He's
Right.
apparently he's just unhappy with the situation.
All right.
Just doesn't want LA.
That's what matters.
Yes.
So he'd rather move anywhere else.
And
Yes.
they're gonna be terrible then because they're gonna have a terrible quarterback that they get from the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, and then
Who's-
Phillip Rivers would go to the Titans, and the Titans would trade their second overall pick to the Eagles.
Tennessee's nice.
What? Okay, the Eagles would win that by far. They get rid of 2 junky quarterbacks and get a second.
And the
Pick.
second overall pick.
Yeah.
No,
Well, they
Yeah.
probably have to trade other picks too.
I don't know. Who said that was going to happen?
I saw it on, I think it was ESPN.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it wasn't like
it's just a pie in the
Yeah,
sky
just like
scenario.
a yeah.
it was
just
more
a
of like
what
this
if.
is like a rumor that like
Yeah.
has some people say like this is definitely like a thing that's on the table, and some people say this is like never.
I remember when there was a rumor that Peyton Manning could go to the Redskins.
And he almost
Yeah.
So close.
And I remember when AP was coming to the Cowboys.
That still could.
Still could happen.
I remember when DeMarco Murray was going to go back to the Cowboys. I just like to see his pain.
Oh gosh, Jerry Jones, I love you, man, but you gotta step down. You gotta go.
I don't love him.
Why do you love Jerry Jones?
Come on, even lots of Cowboys fans don't like Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
He's like the Dan Snyder of Texas.
He's just
Yeah, he's not quite
so
that
many
bad,
things
but-
wrong with that guy,
It's not that bad.
and his like undying love for Tony Romo. I don't get it.
I mean,
You have an undying love for Tony
I-
Romo.
I have a love-hate relationship with that kid.
I mean,
but
Tony Romo
if he
was-
left the Cowboys, I would not be hurt.
Even I don't like Tony Romo. I don't dislike Tony Romo that much. Even as a
Right.
Redskins fan, he's not a bad guy. He
Yeah,
just
he's
doesn't,
a good guy.
He just doesn't win playoff games.
Yeah.
That's all.
But he had such a good year last year, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't
He
win
did.
playoff games.
Yeah.
So-
Didn't he win a playoff game this
Well, he
He
won
won
one,
one,
but
one,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
He's only
He's
won
won
two in his
two
career.
wild card games in his career. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that's better than most quarterbacks can say in the league.
yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
when
not
you
like-
have high expectations, you have a
You
huge
hype
market.
yourselves up as the
You hype
American
yourselves up.
team and
He can't help. He doesn't hype. It's not like he's hyping them up. That's not his fault.
Yeah, but they've surrounded him with a lot of. I mean, they have the best
Yeah.
offensive line in the league, arguably. They had one of the best running backs in the league. They have one of the best receivers in the league. I mean, the
Yes.
pieces are there.
But they don't have
Right.
a defense.
I mean, the expectations going into the season still
The
weren't that
defense
good.
wasn't
because-
even that bad.
It
defense
wasn't,
wasn't
but it was
bad.
expected to be
I mean,
the
our
worst.
secondary is always shaky, but like everything else is pretty solid. Even though we lost him.
And they had a lot of injuries too.
Yeah, Sean Lee, man.
They had Sean Lee. They had.
Isn't that a reason for him not to do well? Like, aren't you
But
like,
he's had
building
him in
his
the
case?
past.
I mean, yeah, I
They've
guess
had
if
him in the
you-
past.
You know, I don't know. The Cowboys, they're just.
I mean, this year was the first time in the past few years that they actually overachieved, I would say. Like, they almost did beat the Packers. That's not a game that you would expect Dallas to go into Lambeau Field and win.
Why not?
Oh, whoa.
Do we need to go any further
His
into this?
face. His face. He said.
I mean, we had one of the highest powered offenses in the league.
So did Green Bay.
Yeah, playing against
Nobody was
that
expected.
bad man, Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody's expected to win in Green Bay. Nobody
Yeah.
did. Yeah. So.
Ooh.
Sorry, true that. Touche. We shall see.
That's a
NFL
long ways
season is,
away.
yeah, vastly approaching. But you know what we did build up to, like, the whole semester, and it's finally
It's getting closer.
here.
It's getting closer. It's getting
Finally
closer.
here. It's here. NBA playoffs. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. And it
Now
has
you
not
start talking about
disappointed. It has not disappointed.
No, it has not.
I mean, yeah, both sides. Every single game that I've caught
Actually,
has been.
there has been some disappointment.
There's
There's been a couple blowouts.
The biggest margin
Yeah.
of victory was actually the Clippers over the Spurs.
Yes.
That was expected to be a compelling series, and it will be. The Spurs are going to make adjustments. You know, they're too smart of a team, too experienced of a team to not. And actually, I
Yeah.
think there's actually a little bit of concern for the Clippers because the Spurs were kind of in it the entire game, and they shot 36%. The Clippers shot 51%. That's not going to happen again.
Mhm.
Okay, so they there's a little bit of concern there for me, and they're going to make adjustments. They're not going to keep missing every single shot. So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good series going forward. Two of the hottest teams in the league. You could argue the second and third best teams in the league.
Yeah. Playing in the first round. That'll
That's the
work.
West for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Clips are gonna take the series.
Lose. Oh,
Well, I think they're gonna take the series. I think
You think
Chris
they're gonna
Paul is
win?
too hungry. I think Blake is coming in fresh, recovering from his injury. DeAndre's been playing solid all season.
except at the foul line.
Yeah. Hack of Jordan.
Hack of
But,
Jordan's
I mean,
gonna
everything
happen.
else, everything is good. I mean, Jamal's back. He was hurt. He's come back, restored.
He shot very well.
Mr. Barnes. I mean, everyone's there. Like, injuries is not an issue right now. So it's just a matter
Same
of
for the Spurs, though.
putting it together.
Yeah, you can say the
That's
exact
what
same
both
thing.
of them did at the end of the season. I mean, that's why it's such an interesting series. Both of them got healthy. They both won like 15 of 16 games at the end. So it's gonna be it's gonna be 7 games, I would say.
I feel like Chris Paul gives the Clippers the edge. Like, he's really playing for his legacy. I mean, you could argue Spurs were like, oh, playing for our legacy, but
They're
They
not-
already
they-
have their
won.
They
legacy.
already got
They
it.
already
it's
have
like,
a
not
legacy.
saying like they're gonna be like,
It's just gonna
like
add
we
to
already
it.
done this.
No,
we're not
but they're
gonna play
not-
that hard. But
Yeah.
it's just not as much on the line as Chris Paul, where he's like, this window is closing. We've won nothing. I've won nothing in my career. I can't be labeled one of the greats without winning. I mean, unless you want to be like a Charles Barkley. So I think he's just really hungry.
Apologize
this
to
year.
No.
That's just,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
That's horrible.
Oh, no, wait a
Hold
minute.
the phone. Hold the
That's terrible.
phone.
Hold on.
And
Earner.
he picked the Clips to win too.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, so
Smart man.
yeah.
He just called Charles Barkley smart man.
Ugh, trash.
Hold your
Yeah.
voice. That's a terrible judgment.
You're beating a dead. I don't even know what that means.
Well, Blake Griffin always gives them problems too, so I think that's
Yeah.
a matchup problem for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Clearly, Aaron Baines can't cover
I was
him.
about to say that boy got dunked on 3 times in one quarter.
They might have to see if but Splitter's not fast enough, so I don't know. It's a tough matchup for them. He
Maybe
always
this-
kills them.
Hacka.
Hacka Jordan.
Yeah, or Hacka Blake Griffin.
Great. Griffin's a good free throw
he
shooter.
can
Blake Griffin got
free
better.
throws, so.
Well, at least you won't have like all that momentum from dunking.
You just
Yeah.
yeah.
He's his own.
Hacka Jordan is the way to go. He is the league's worst free throw shooter by a mile.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I don't know, Rondo though.
Well, yeah, that's
Rondo had a really bad year.
Rondo had an
shooting
awful
free
year.
throws.
Josh Smith is up there too, but statistically, DeAndre Jordan's the worst free throw shooter in the league. So Hacka Jordan is a legit strategy, and they will employ that when they feel the need to.
Yeah. Sweet. Those Spencer Halls in there.
And another big margin was the Grizzlies over the Blazers, and that could have
Yeah.
been much bigger. They kind of went on cruise control in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of expected it though. Portland coming into this series has been injured. They don't
Mhm.
have Aflalo. They don't have Wesley Matthews. Like they're
They're just
The
kind of a little
Matthews
bit.
one really hurt. I
Yeah.
think that's where their season got derailed.
also Batum's been struggling all year long.
Yeah,
Like up and down, but mostly struggling. So like their shooting guard, their small forward situation isn't as good as it was last year when they were playing against Houston and against a team like Memphis with that type of defensive presence. Constantly, it's just going to be a struggle for the Blazers really to
Yeah.
score enough points to be able to beat the Grizzlies, even though the Grizzlies aren't per se the strongest offensive team.
But that
And-
Dito.
And they match up poorly. They got swept by the Grizzlies this year. They've lost like a lot of the last times they played them. I don't know what the exact stat is, but
A lot.
A lot of the last times.
Pretty legit stat.
yeah, it's
You heard it here
it's
first.
like 10 of 11 or something. So yeah, that I don't think it's not gonna. I think it'll be Grizz in 5.
Yeah. I just love their intensity. I thought it was only against the Clippers, but I watched that game. I was like, it's against anybody. Anybody that play against.
Well, it's
You're
just
going to
the
get knocked
playoffs.
around. You're going
It's
to get
the playoffs.
punched.
Seems like everyone hates the Clippers though.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, the intensity of the Spurs, the intensity of the Grizz against the intensity of the Warriors against them. Like everyone just hates
Yeah.
them.
I think
Yeah.
I feel like
Me
Blake
too.
Blake
It's-
Griffin and especially Matt Barnes piss people
Oh
off.
yeah, Matt Barnes. He's a little instigator. I mean, I would get pissed off too if every time I like stand at the basket, I'm getting some guys a ball dunked on me. So I would be pretty upset
A
too.
ball dunked on you.
Yeah.
Getting some guys ball dunked.
Like, every time I turn around, this kid's trying to posterize me and embarrass me. And all
That's
my,
when you just start punching.
all my homies are joking on me after the game, like, yo, like that dude dunked on you like 3 times in one quarter. I'm gonna be a little salty. I don't want to put him on the floor next game. So I'm gonna be like, you know, my kids are joking on me, my family's joking on me. So I can
He's just
see
gonna
why-
go for the next step. Spear!
Oh, don't do it!
To the solar plexus.
So I can understand why they're a little upset. Be a little salty.
Well, let's talk about another hometown team doing well. The
Yeah.
Wizards won the first game.
Yeah.
All behind the legendary The Truth. Paul Pierce had 20 points, and me and DeMonte were talking before the show. We think that it's because he's a dinosaur, so he knows how to handle the Raptors very well. So you know.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a shooting.
Oh.
That was too fast of a shooting motion.
It was.
Yeah, he shoots like out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He has a very low trajectory, but you know what? He backs up his talk.
Yeah, it's
he's
effective.
he's an old school player.
He's been practicing for the past 65 million years.
Yeah. Hey, he backed it up though. That's what you have to do if you're gonna talk like that. You got to back it up.
And he did.
He's a legend.
You know what?
Oh
it
my
is?
God.
You know what?
Oh.
And he has it.
Yeah.
Whatever
it.
it is, he has it.
He stole
And
it from the
clearly,
Raptors.
the Toronto Raptors still don't have it, even though they beat the Wizards 3 times in the regular
Yeah.
season.
Hey, but now it's
Once
when
the
it
playoffs
matters.
comes around,
Playoffs.
they don't have it.
The Truth has proven himself time and time again in the playoffs.
That's why it's the truth.
He's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
However, I will say the Raptors played uncharacteristically bad offense until like the last 10 minutes when the Wizards just went on cruise control and made it way too close. We should have beaten them. I don't think Randy Whitman did a very good job keeping the players energized. Yeah, up 15 with like 8 minutes left, 10, something like that. So.
Kyle Lowry fouled out, and then the Raptors put it into overtime.
Yeah.
But then the Raptors didn't score in overtime, so.
Because we outplayed them, and then we just let them get back in. Then we're like, oh gosh, we have to play again.
Oh no!
That's one of the things the Wizards fall into sometimes. Like it happened last year in the playoffs against Indiana, where they would have games where they completely outplayed Indiana. They were up 20 in Game 4? I think 20 in Game 4, and they lost that game.
Yeah.
And they fell down 3-1 in the series, and they also came back in Game 6 to take the lead in Washington. But then they also ended up ultimately losing that game and the series.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things that Washington has to be wary of. They got to keep their pedal on the metal all the way to the end of the game. They can't let up.
I think that's somewhat of a problem with the players, but it's a lot of it. The problem is on Whitman, not
call out.
Bum coach.
Not keeping them. Yeah, but I think Pierce will help in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a player coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also John Wall. Yep. Sorry. Just John Wall.
How many times are you gonna say his name?
Another
One
compelling
more time.
game series, Cavs Celtics. The game was kind of close for a while. I was a little nervous. I was like, oh wow.
I think
Yeah.
I'm like, this is about
Cavaliers
to
got
be a huge headline if they lose game one, because everyone was like, oh, they're the title favorites now, and it's like they lose game one to the Celtics.
Yeah. The Celtics came out hot. Then Kyrie Irving shot the lights out, so he was the best player on the court.
pew pew pew. They don't know where he is. He just dunks on him.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was the best player on the court by far.
Absolutely.
LeBron was all right for LeBron, but Kyrie was really, he was just hitting everything. There's some things for the Celtics to build on because they had some good stretches. They were down 20 and they could have easily packed it in. In the third, they were down 20 and they could have easily just been, all right, we lose this by 30, doesn't matter, we'll move on to the next game. But they made a 14-0 run, so they have some things to build off of. Isaiah Thomas had some problems for the Cavs, and I think what the Cavs did, and they denied this, was at the end of the regular season intentionally lose a couple of games, see what the Celtics are about, and then you get to play them in the first round so you can game plan. So now we'll see if Brad Stevens can game plan for what he saw from the Cavs.
Yeah. Always a good sign when you see the players around LeBron. Because LeBron's LeBron. He's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to do what he needs to do. In that game, he didn't
LeBron is LeBron. You heard it here first.
He didn't have to take over.
Yeah, he didn't.
So it's good to see Kyrie, especially the young guys who haven't been in the playoffs, not be shy and still get theirs.
Yeah, LeBron's just like, I could just sit the series.
Yeah, he's like, this is what I need. Like, this is what I wish.
I don't know if he can do that. They were like a 28-win team without him.
That's true.
Yeah, he's still going to be there, of course, and do what he does.
Because you see what he's doing. He could have scored 40 if he wanted to. I watched, and anytime he wanted to get in the lane, he got in the lane. He just big-bodied anybody who was on him. They had no answer for him. So
yeah, they can't, yeah.
Could have scored at will. So it's just like, it's good that he can defer and then turn it on when he needs to. Maybe like later in the playoff run when they play tougher teams.
Right, because it's not like in Miami last year where he was basically just carrying the team on his shoulders. Put the team on your back.
He had to because D-Wade.
He's falling off.
Yeah.
He's falling off.
But he's still really good.
Yeah, the thing was also offensive rebounds and offensive rebounds, just all kinds of rebounds were not good for the Celtics. They were great. The Cavs, Tristan Thompson coming off the bench had a huge impact with 4 offensive boards, double-digit scoring, so they have to find an answer for him. And I think the Celtics could bring Jared Sullinger around more because he's been coming back from the foot injury that was expected to end his season. He could have an impact going forward. But I still think Cavs in 5. They're just more talented.
Yeah.
Celtics weren't even expected to be here.
We ain't supposed to be here. I guess one last game we can touch on, Warriors-Pelicans. It's a good series, right? Just kidding. I just felt like we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the best team in basketball in their series.
Yeah, the Brow had a good debut. It was 35 points or something. He did not disappoint on national television, so good for him. But
good job, man.
For the Warriors are just
they're just too good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just too good right now.
I almost want to say like they're just gonna sweep them, but
I think they will. I think the Pelicans are still in Britain early. I think they'll make each game interesting, but I think the Warriors are still going to win out every game.
I think the Brow could steal one of the games.
Could be
5.
That's what I'm thinking.
They could win. They could probably. I think if they're going to win a series, if they're going to win a game, it'll be game 3 when they first go to New Orleans and the crowd's packed and it's their first playoff game since Chris Paul was there. So
Yeah.
that would be the game to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to beat the Warriors at home, though. Yeah, I think
No,
5.
that won't
Oh
happen.
yeah, not in the Oracle. All right, so here we.
Are you going to talk about D Rose though?
D Rose.
That's what we've been talking about every week, even when he wasn't doing anything.
D Rose is
and then he
back.
put up like 23 in 25 minutes. We're
And we're
gonna
just
talk
not
about
going to talk about
He's
it.
back
Nope.
in rare form. He surprised me.
Here's the
He
thing.
came for his life.
It is-
and he's
When
back.
you listen to the broadcasters, like, if he makes a bad play, oh, he's so rusty. But if he makes a good play, there's the flash of the old MVP. Like, every single play he makes, I'm like, he's just a good player. Like,
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
It's not perfect.
and he is going to be up and down. But he had a great game there, so encouraging signs for the Bulls.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him in this role now, where he literally doesn't have to touch the ball anymore. I mean, if he could go a couple possessions and not touch it, whereas before the old Derrick Rose, it was like he had to touch the ball, he had to provide that punch. But now you'll see like Gasol handle the ball like in the half court, or you'll see like Butler. I mean, you have other guys. It's just so weird to me. I was just like, wow, like he's just chilling in the corner, like he
Yeah.
doesn't have to do anything, and they score on the possession, and it's like. This is different, but it's good. It's good for
he needs
him.
to take that step back to protect himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it still works, which is like dangerous. Which made me think like maybe the Bulls could give the Cavs a run for their money. Just looking at that team and I'm sure if he does have to take over, he could maybe not to his old self, but he could still provide a really good punch and still be that
Yeah.
guy. But he's like he's basically like playing that LeBron role in a sense where he's like. I could
Just
give
chilling
more,
on the side.
yeah,
I'm
but
just
like
chilling.
my teammates got it, so like I
He could
kinda
carry a
chill.
game, maybe not an
Yeah.
entire series,
Yeah.
but if they need him for a game,
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler stepped up into that role as
Yeah.
well. He
Yeah.
can carry the scoring.
Well, yeah, the development of Jimmy Butler is huge though, because it gives the Bulls another guard that can go out and get his own points and manufacture points on his own without necessarily needing Derrick Rose to facilitate those points for him.
Yeah.
Because that was something that when the Bulls were loaded back when Miami had the big three, that was something that the Bulls struggled with because the Bulls only had Derrick Rose, and then he also basically manufactured everybody else's points as well. But now they don't have to do that, so they have more options where you can just throw it down to Pau Gasol and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Gasol's a huge
Oh,
addition.
yeah.
Having kind of a career year,
Yeah,
actually,
career.
at
Yeah.
34.
Made it back to the All-Star game,
It's amazing.
which
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to do
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Lakers do to you.
That's what to say.
Make you look bad.
They just drain you.
Just
An
suck
all
the life
stars.
out of you.
Gosh. Noodle heads.
Curse you, Kobe.
The curse of the Mamba.
The curse of the
He'll
moment.
suck your talent so he can continue to play.
Is he a vampire?
That's why he's still going and everyone else is getting worse around him.
Sucking in the stuff.
They could make a movie out of that. I would watch it.
He's sucking in the money, that's for sure.
Oh!
And he has no shame. Oh gosh.
Yeah, they're a mess and I'm enjoying it.
All right. So for the East,
That's rough.
blank
Sorry
Will
to the Bus
represent the
family,
East.
who I know is watching this.
blank will represent the East.
Wizards.
In the NBA Finals.
He
My,
says Wizards.
so my heart says Wizards, but my brain says I think the Cavs.
Curses.
I'm going with the Cavs.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cavs.
It's just
too.
the LeBron factor.
Yeah.
Like I wish
He
I could
knows
pick.
he knows what he's doing.
The best player in the world.
I wish I could
Oh.
pick the Hawks, but I can't.
Oh no.
I can't
I
trust.
can't. I don't know.
They started falling off at the end of the year, and I need to see signs that Millsap is. He went 2 for 11 against the Nets. So I need to see signs that he's back to form.
Yeah.
All right. Well, flip
Back
it over
to
to the
the
West. Blank will represent the West in the finals.
Go the other way this time.
Oh, great. Well, I picked the Warriors in one of my previous Pressbox episodes way back last semester. So I'm going to stick with the Warriors. The Warriors are going to represent the West.
Well, this is one where my heart's saying the Clippers. But that
Nope.
I can't.
the Warriors, man, they're just killing. Unless they just have this, I don't know, unless Steph Curry breaks his ankle and Klay Thompson gets the flu or something. It'll be the Warriors.
I'm gonna say the Warriors too. Yeah, they won the season series against the Clippers 3-1. Even resting Draymond Green in one of those games, and my heart doesn't have a problem rooting against them either, or rooting for them either, because they kind of exceeded expectations this year. You know, they're expected to be consistently that like 5, 6, 7 team in the West, and they really have come on. And I like how they kind of built up that team kind of organically. You feel like they didn't just drag in a bunch of stars.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for and guys like Draymond Green that
Yeah.
didn't really seem like they're gonna make the transition to the NBA well, but he's become a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. So
It's a beast.
I think
Good job,
Warriors,
Draymond.
but Spurs and Clippers are definitely big threats too.
Well, my shoe sponsorship tells me to go with the Warriors.
Okay.
With my
Okay.
whatever. Never. No, I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
Wow.
That's
Dark
interesting.
horse pork. Pick over here, pork.
What'd you say?
Pork, dark horse pork.
Dark.
That's what Smithfield. I was thinking pork.
I just like to go with unconventional.
That's like a UNC kind of pick there.
Davidson there.
I gotta go with my heart.
All right.
Listen to your heart.
All right. Time for our dingus of the week.
Matt Newman.
Yeah.
Matt
For that singing
Newman.
performance. My dingus of the week, even though I don't have a problem with it, but he's still a dingus. It goes to Chip Kelly, because they have record of him
Fair,
in 2011 when he was at Oregon saying that we're not a Tim Tebow team, like this system, like he wouldn't succeed. Like we want a quarterback that can run, not a running back that can throw. Like this isn't a team for him.
Digging up the dirt on Chip Kelly.
Right.
Right there.
And now
Going back 4 years.
Fast forward
fits
4
into
years.
his system. Okay, but he didn't in 2011. That's fine because Tebow's
He
still
wants
won
to
2
prove he
national
can win
championships,
even when
so.
someone doesn't fit into his system.
Exactly. Okay, Chip.
We're
Okay.
just making
That's
him out
just
to be
how
the
good
most
the
egotistical
system
guy
is.
ever. Like he's the
We're
worst
gonna
person
bring
ever.
Peyton Manning into our running gun system. He'd probably be good at that, though.
He probably could.
We
He had
figure
that
it out.
Nice
I mean-
run on the Cowboys for 1 yard.
He just ignored the run part and just gunned. He'd be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So yeah, Chip, you get it for me.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Well,
Dingus.
I had-
Sorry.
I had a couple options, but I think I'm
Just do one so you don't take.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it. Well, I'm probably gonna end up taking yours. I don't know. Britt McHenry of ESPN.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Britt McHenry of ESPN, who got into a bit of a rift with one of the towing companies in Arlington. So only
Oh yeah.
Right
only
around
10
here.
minutes away from here.
Shout out to
She-
Arlington.
Basically, she just berated the person that worked there, saying that she basically didn't have a life, or that her job was better than hers. And I don't know. I can't really be a fan of that because no one's really per se better than anybody like that. You can't have that elitist attitude and make it far. So
Sherman.
Yeah. So.
well, unless
Shout
you're
out to
Richard Sherman.
ESPN for just suspending her. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's a fair punishment.
Remember
Only
when
1 week, though.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman was like, "Skip
Although that-
you've never done anything."
Although that does bring up the point, where ESPN, I feel like they
Sound
kind
like
of
that?
their suspensions are a little bit suspect
Yeah.
because they suspended Bill Simmons 3 weeks for calling out Roger
Yeah.
Goodell for lying, and then only 1 week for Britt McHenry.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
That's
know.
a bit much, yeah.
For like
Or
bullying
a bit,
someone,
a bit,
you know?
not too much, but
Yeah.
I think Bill Simmons was suspended for a bit much. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like he got suspended too long.
So you're
Yeah,
saying like
I agree.
you're saying Goodell is more important than this, nice little worker at a towing
True.
company.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
She might not be a nice
that's
little
what
worker.
that's what
Okay,
ESPN
okay.
is
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah,
punishment.
yeah.
It's like,
Nice little worker.
Who said she was nice?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
Okay, I got
She's
what you're
mean,
saying.
but she didn't deserve what she got. So
No.
Yeah.
Goodell might have deserved what he got.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, you should step down. My dingus of the week, other than Matt Newman, is Aaron Baines. He had
That's my second one.
he had a rough night, and he was trying, he was hustling, but
You're gonna have nightmares.
he got dunked on, he got thrown around, he got shoved down by Matt Barnes, he got spun around by somebody else fighting for the ball. It was a rough night for Aaron
Hey.
Baines. I think it just goes without saying. It's
This
pretty
is his
obvious.
low point, and now he's gonna rise above, lead them to victory.
Well, he had kind of one of his best year. Well, probably his best year. He kind of came out this year and played a valuable reserve role for the Spurs, but that was a rough game for him. Blake's too quick. They thought they're similar. Yeah, they are. I mean, they're similar sizes, so they felt like, he could body him up, he could be physical with him, but Blake's just much faster, much more athletic, and that's why he was able to spin around him and do all these crazy
Yeah.
dunks.
Anything he wanted.
And the fact that he got thrown down by Matt Barnes was kind of sad. Although, I don't think he had his balance, to
Prayers.
be fair, but
Prayers for Aaron
I
Baines.
want
to come back.
I want to see somebody throw Matt Barnes down.
Yeah. Barnes is a scrapper, man.
He's someone everyone who's not a Clippers fan is gonna hate.
He's got that
I mean-
skinny guy strength where you're just like, how
It's like, how'd you get so strong, man?
Go Super Saiyan every other weekend.
He took karate as a kid. Like Juice Jones over here.
Hey!
I went to the time capsule and saw some karate pics of
Yeah.
him. It's pretty funny.
Man, oh man.
Man, Sean O'Sullivan, pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. He was at the game I went to last Friday, and he kind of looks like a mall Santa, to be
He
honest.
looks like a mall Santa.
A
He
mall
looks like a future
Santa.
mall Santa.
No.
Future mall
In
Santa.
about 30 years, he'll be a mall Santa.
He's got a really, really, really thick beard that just makes me laugh.
He's nice and pudgy,
Yeah.
you know. He'll make a good mall Santa. He'll bring a lot of joy to a lot of kids one day. But right now he's a dingus.
Yeah.
we were scouting him out at the Nats
Yeah.
game, and he did not.
Well, I'm gonna hire him for my next Christmas party.
Yeah.
Just put on the wig. And he also got lit up by the Nationals.
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
checks
he
out.
got pretty lit up.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Shout out to Bryce Harper.
Lit up
Shouts
like
to
a
Max Scherzer
Christmas
for
tree.
shutting
Yeah.
down the
Straight
Phillies.
up.
They almost had it there.
What?
Lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh,
Hey!
Yeah, see? You got
like
it
a
here.
red nose.
Yeah, shout out to the Nationals though. for
Shout
real.
out to the Red Noses.
That's the Nationals.
Thank you for joining us here inside the Press Box. It's always a pleasure. We got one more week left, so stay tuned and be with us for that because it's going to be fun.
It's gonna be a very emotional moment.
Very emotional.
I might tear up a bit.
Cry if you need to.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about me now? You're the dingus of the week for that.
Well, I'm DeMar.
I have it. I'm Nathan LaPierre.
I'm Matt
And
Newman.
I'm Brendan Randolph.
Press on, George Mason. Press on.
Yeah.
Dingus of the week doesn't know what to say at the end.